Hi. A few days ago, I had a discussion with a few friends of mine, and we're talking about mental health. And there's something that we were discussing which really affects a lot of people. It's something that has affected me today, and I thought I should, share a story that I've probably never told anybody before. The reason why I thought I should share this story is because I probably know there's somebody who's going through something and they can't speak up because it's hard, because it's a difficult situation. Anyway, let me just get into the story. So growing up, if you know me, people from my community in Kamitondo and Kitwe will tell you that I was a very intelligent girl, like from grade 1 up until grade 9, the time that I went to Ndola Girls National Technical School, I was almost, if not all the time, passing number one. I was at a basic school at Kawama Primary School now, I think, and yeah, so I was at a basic school and I was so intelligent. That's the only thing that I knew. The other thing would, people would call me ugly, but they would call me intelligent. So I held on to what people knew about me, which was intelligent. I knew I was ugly and I knew that I was intelligent. So now, after grade 9, I went to a high school, and Ndola Girls National Technical School is like one of the best schools. Well, I don't know now, but at the time it was like one of the best schools that anybody can attend. And if you go to a school like Ndola Girls, you are going to find like other intelligent people. So now there was me who was always passing number one from my former school, and I got to this school and I'm not passing number one anymore. I felt like I had lost my identity. Remember, I knew two things about myself, that I was intelligent and that I was ugly. And I think it was okay because every time my results came out, people would applaud me. And that's what I lived for. I lived to be intelligent. So now when I could no longer to hold on to my identity, I began to feel lost. And up until today, I never got to discuss my academic, my my poor academics performance, in school. I think it's something that I've just disclosed to very few people because probably they needed to hear this. It was so hard, getting to know that I'm ugly, but living with the fact that even the only thing that I knew well, I'm losing it. So I was trying to retain what I've always known, and even though I worked really hard to return that position, I never actually uh, attained that position. I never passed number one when I was in the Lagos, but I did well. Even at the final exams, I had 6 points, but I was not proud of myself. I just felt like I could have done better. And so this eventually affected me in the future, but that's the story for another day. So today I just want to talk to somebody who's feeling lost because they've had this identity that people have put on them. People have said you're this and people have said you are that. Look, God has said you are wonderfully and beautifully made. There's gonna be times where yes, you have certain abilities and people know you for that. But when those abilities begin to fail you, one thing that you must remember is that you are a child of God. And regardless of what happens to your abilities, you are a child of God. You are beautifully and wonderfully made. I can tell you for a fact that today when I look at myself, I always say I'm beautiful. I always say I'm wonderfully made. And there's been so many things that have happened in my life for me to reach this point where I can now look at myself and say I'm beautiful. Even if I was to fail an exam, I would come back to myself and say, look, it's not so. Look, you have other things apart from the brains, apart from just being intelligent. So I just wanted to tell somebody today, society knows you by a certain, they know you by something that's like your identity, and you're passing through a situation that's different from how people know you. You should have the courage to just come out, and you don't have to explain yourself to everybody, by the way. You don't have to go and tell the whole world that you are no longer passing it, like in my situation, or because, and I feel like this is a situation that most Christians also go through, like because you're a Christian and you know you've lived your life a certain way, people know you to be godly, and then you find yourself in sin. Let's say you're a Christian and then you become pregnant. Most people would rather terminate than keep their babies because society has known them to be Christians, and they end up you know beating themselves up so badly because of how circumstances have changed. So basically, this is a video to just tell you, look, things are gonna change. Things are not always going to be the same. You are not always going to be the same. And when things change, you must remember your identity. And your identity is that you're a child of God. You're wonderfully and beautifully created in His image. And yeah, God got you every step of the way. It might not be how you want it to be, it might not be how you planned it to be, but even through that step, He's still taking you to a greater place. So I hope this video encourages somebody, and I'll create more videos to talk about what has happened in my life for me to reach at this point. But basically, I just want you to remember that you can still come out and say, look, I know I'm a Christian, that doesn't change who I am, but I'm struggling with this, and so I need help. And coming out to say that you need help does not make you weak. If anything, being vulnerable makes you strong. So till the next time when I talk about how eventually I became to become the person that I am today, goodbye.